So one of my favorite meals for speedy weight loss right now, and something I've actually spoken an awful lot about in the summer just gone by, is loaded salads. Take your typical leafy green salad and add one of those bulky, surefire starch staples to take what is typically a very meager and frankly low-calorie, healthy but low-calorie side dish and turn it into a hearty, filling, but still weight loss friendly main meal. I absolutely love this concept. What do I mean, of course, by my surefire starch staples here? Well, we can think of the whole grains first of all. Quinoa, that's a really popular addition to leafy green salads, isn't it? Whole wheat couscous, believe it or not, that has the Ryan Adams seal of approval. What about some beans then? Maybe a can of chickpeas, half a can of chickpeas, depending on your specific calorie requirements, of course. What about those mixed beans? I think fellow Brits will know 5-bean salad or 3-bean salad. These are a great addition to a basic leafy green salad with, you know, rocket, arugula, spinach, lettuce, radish, cucumber, red bell pepper, cherry tomato. This is basic stuff, folks, but really, really delicious. What about potatoes too, of course? White potato, sweet potato. We get in that bulk there, and as I say, we transform what is typically a healthy, in many cases delicious, but very calorie-sparse meal, and we turn it into something, as I say, hearty, filling, that can still help us lose weight at the same time. It's not so low in calories that we can't adhere to this, that we can't stick over the long term to this amazing nutrition philosophy. Give those loaded salads a whirl. I absolutely love them. Second tip here, the inclusion, of course, of our roots and tubers. I mentioned some of the tubers earlier on, white potato, sweet potato, yams too, of course. What do I mean by roots here? Things like carrots, things like butternut squash, pretty seasonal right now, isn't it? Pumpkin in a similar vein too, of course. That might be popular right now in your family. These are brilliant, brilliant foods for weight loss. And what you can actually do here is you can sub in lots of these roots and tubers for the likes of whole grains. Now, again, I don't want anyone coming here thinking that I'm anti-whole grain. You know, if you've seen a couple of my videos, that's absolutely not my stance, quite the opposite. However, the roots and tubers, they are advantageous in terms of calorie density. Calorie density, not the only metric that matters when it comes to assessing how good a food is for weight loss, but still a very important one. That's undeniable. So, subbing out some of the likes of the brown rice, maybe, I mentioned quinoa earlier on, didn't I? Maybe you sub out some of these things, switch in some more of these roots and tubers in your meal. Maybe that will help you move the needle right now. Give it a shot. Third tip here, bit counterintuitive, or at least will be to some of you, but let's talk here about fat and satiety. This is a conversation that sadly not so many people are willing to have, I find. There are some dangers to some people in certain situations of having an ultra low fat diet. If you've seen my videos before, you know absolutely overall I'm an advocate of a low fat whole foods plant-based approach. The science is pretty clear, or that's my interpretation, at least as a lay person on this. I'm just a weight loss coach at the end of the day, but that's my interpretation. That said, I do think for many people there is such a thing objectively as too little fat. And one thing this can affect is satiety, as well as hormones and some other things too, of course. But certainly satiety, might you be benefited if you come from a very starch solution background and you have a problem now limiting your portions and stopping overeating. You have these starches all day long and you never really feel truly full and satisfied as a result. You're probably overeating on the right sorts of foods, but on a calorie front, you're overeating. Might it be worth adding a little bit of avocado? Having a handful of crushed walnuts on your oatmeal in the morning? Might it be worth a little bit of tahini here and there, or at least some oil-free hummus? Might this help you lower your portions slightly, control this overeating? It might be something that's worth a shot there. Number 4 here, raw foods. Pack your meals with more uncooked fruits and veggies. Why? The water content in these foods, folks, it's so rich. They can fill the belly. We can feel really happy, full, satisfied, while still losing weight at the same time. Lots of raw foods. These are amazing. Now I'd like to share with you, folks, one of my favorite foods for weight loss. This is near the top, not quite the top, but very close to the top of the whole grain pile, and it's buckwheat. You may have heard me talk about this once or twice before. My clients know that I'm always going on about it, that's for sure. Consider including this for speedy results. Buckwheat, really, really great. Again, there's so many little things you can do to tweak your diet right now and speed up weight loss, or even better yet, if you're stuck in a plateau right now, really break through. It doesn't always have to be that you adjust your starch to veggie ratio. It doesn't always have to be that you implement something like intermittent fasting. Again, these rules, they do have some benefits in certain situations, so I'm not warning against those, but you don't always have to go to what have become the cliche ways to get through plateaus, or just do more exercise. Again, there are merit to some of these points, but one thing you can do, and this is amazing, the small changes you can make, is you can switch out something like brown rice. Let's say you have a couple of cups of cooked brown rice a day. Just switching that to buckwheat could drop your calories by 100, 150, 200 calories a day. Not that you might need to do that, but just as an example of how much these small tweaks can make a difference without you having to change the portions here. Really clever tip. Buckwheat, amazing for weight loss. Starch to veggie ratio. There are lots of ways to break a plateau, as I say, folks. Starch to veggie ratio could be one right now. Maybe you increase the proportion of your meals, your plates, that come from those veggies. You can throw fruits into this category too, of course. Maybe you go from 1.5 cups of oatmeal to 1 cup of oats, and maybe you have a little bit more berries tomorrow, or a little bit more banana tomorrow. And again, you can lower the calories here. Perhaps you increase the fiber depending on which types of fruits you use, and this could be more advantageous from a weight loss perspective. Finally, folks, I want to give you a stark warning here. It's fair that I do this. About gunning after max weight loss. Is it always the best move? That's my open question to you. You need to decide this at the end of the day. Let me ask you this though. What is the cost of trying to push weight loss to the max, of trying to lose weight very quickly? Can it take you to dark places? I see this a lot. The need for immediate results, the need for the abs by the time the summer rolls around. Is this always the best place for weight maintenance over the long term? A healthy body over the long term? I think you know the answer to that, and it's quite frankly not always. Again, if you're in a dire health situation, then maybe yes, quick weight loss is something you absolutely should be gunning for, but is it always sustainable? It's a really important question to ask yourself. For more information, for more resources on weight loss, check out naturalweightlossmastery.com. Subscribe here if you're new to my channel, slap a like on this video if you found it valuable, and I'll see you all very soon. Take care now.